While business ethics and social responsibility go hand in hand, there's often confusion about the distinction between the two, especially since there are no widely accepted definitions for both terms. Corporate social responsibility, often referred as CSR, and business ethics are used in many different ways by many different groups. Business ethics is the very broad field of study on ethical decision making in business contexts. And so, in short, it refers not only to the social obligations of a company, but also to obligations to its employees, customers, suppliers, and competitors. Business ethic is most commonly discussed in the following areas: fraud and manipulation, sustainability, diversity and inclusion, exploitation, donations, and contributions. Business ethics encompasses a series of values and principles by which a company is governed when carrying out its action and activities. Business ethics is an indispensable part of a company. It's about it's about having ethical principles by which a business can achieve a social commitment. The important thing is that it's carried out from the upper levels of the company to the employees so that they feel motivated in accordance with the values of this. It's essential that they feel involved and are knowledgeable from the beginning about this type of regulation so that they can also put them into practice and transmit them in their task. We define business ethics as the set of values, norms, and principles reflected in the culture of the company, whose objectives is to achieve greater harmony with the society and allow a better adaptation of workers in the work environment, respecting their rights in their dual role as entrepreneurs and people. Benefits and importance of business ethics. Complying with ethical standards has many benefits for companies, both internal and external. The application of a code of ethics prevents benefits and importance of the business ethics. Complying with ethical standards has many benefits for companies, both internal and external. The application of a code of ethics prevents risky situations since conflicts are to be solved in the company itself before being regulated by a law. Um, Second, a company takes its essential standards seriously, generates greater trust and collaborations, shareholders and clients, since it will be considered more transparent. And third, the code of ethics provides uniformity to the performance of the company, but its staff and its collaborators must respect the same principles. Companies are getting smarter and have realized that the best way to attract talent is to publicize ethical values that are respectful of people. This makes the most qualified people willing to work in such company. The legal, the legal and the ethical are different things that come from different disciplines of human endeavor, while the legal is everything that drives from legalization in force in a country and that regulates what we are allowed or prohibited to do as citizens based on judge and for the good of the society as a whole. Ethics is a discipline, philosophical, that speaks to us of good and evil and the relation with the morals and behavior of human beings. The legal thing obligates us to comply with the norms established in the laws that define what we are allowed or not to do, while an action within a framework of ethics is a voluntary decision for people. Acting outside the law has consequences that are published by penalties of varying severities, while acting unethical only carries a moral penalty, which may be indifferent to more than one person. This difference between what is legal and what is ethical tell then allow us to understand that it's very possible that something that's legally permitted is ethically inappropriate. That's something that the law does not prohibit from ethics can be considered as reprehensible behavior. What is CSR? Corporate social responsibility. It's a way of redirecting companies based on managing the impacts that their activity generates on their clients, employees, shareholders, local communities, the environment, and the society in general. The five principles that govern CSR. Number one is compliance with legislation. Number two is global and transversal. Number three is ethics and consistency. Number four is impact management. Number five, satisfaction of expectations and needs. Why is it important? In the early 1990s, globalization promised a promising future. Everyone was supposed to win, but development and developing countries, it seemed that globalization would produce an unprecedented development on a world scale, but all these expectations have been diluted due to the large imbalance both between and within countries. Globalization has favored the increase of the power of the company to the detriment of the states, to decrease in rights to attract foreign direct investment, offshoring process, and the privatization of the basic services. Areas of the CSR. CSR is a cross-cutting concept that affects direct areas of the company management, so the activities carried out within the framework of CSR must be linked to the basic activities of a company, have a vocation of permanence, involve and commitment from senior management. Um, there's an agreement on the major thematic areas covered by CSR: economic, social, and environmental. However, if something characterizes CSR, it's the multidimensional nature that affects different areas of a company management, like human rights, work and employment practices, health and health protection, environmental issues, fight against fraud and corruption, and consumer interests.